What if I told you that the biggest crisis in faith isn't atheism, it's pretending? What if the real danger isn't losing belief, but losing honesty? Because here's the truth nobody talks about. There are millions of believers sitting in churches, posting Bible verses, saying God is good, and secretly wondering, is my faith even real? If you've ever had that thought, stay with me, because this might be the most important video you ever hear. There's a moment that almost every believer experiences. It usually happens at night, when the music stops, when the church lights go off, when no one is watching, and suddenly the questions get loud. Why don't I feel God anymore? Why do my prayers feel empty? Why do I worship on Sunday, but doubt on Monday? And then comes the fear. If I'm doubting, does that mean I was never real? Here's what nobody tells you. Doubt is not the opposite of faith. Silence is. In America, faith is often loud. Social media Christianity, motivational sermons, perfect Instagram devotionals. We've turned belief into performance. We smile. We raise our hands in worship. We say the right words. But inside, we feel numb. And instead of admitting it, we fake it. Because we think real believers don't struggle. But let me ask you something. If faith never gets questioned, was it ever strong enough to grow? There's a hidden crisis happening. Not people leaving church, but people staying while emotionally disconnecting. They still attend. They still serve. They still post. But something inside feels distant, and they feel guilty for it. So they pray harder, serve more, pretend better. But pretending never heals doubt. It only buries it. Here's something powerful. Every major figure in the Bible had moments of doubt. They questioned. They wrestled. They cried out. Faith was never about certainty. It was about trust in the middle of uncertainty. Real faith isn't blind confidence. It's choosing to stay even when you don't feel anything. Feelings fluctuate. Faith matures. Let's be honest. Sometimes the numbness isn't spiritual. It's emotional burnout. You're overwhelmed, overworked, overstimulated, and then you expect yourself to feel deeply connected to God 24/7. That's not realistic. Faith is not constant emotional excitement. It's quiet endurance. Here's the real reason people hide doubt. They're scared. Scared of judgment. Scared of rejection. Scared someone will say, maybe you were never saved. So instead of opening up, they isolate. But isolation magnifies doubt. Community shrinks it. You don't need perfection. You need honesty. Real faith looks like this: praying when you don't feel it, showing up when you're confused, admitting you're struggling, and still choosing not to quit. Faith is not the absence of questions. It's refusing to walk away because of them. The strongest believers are not the loudest ones. They're the ones who stayed through the silence. What if your doubt isn't destroying your faith? What if it's refining it? What if God isn't disappointed in your questions? What if He's inviting you deeper? Because shallow faith never gets tested, but tested faith becomes unshakable. Right now, ask yourself honestly, am I doubting, or am I just exhausted? Am I losing faith? Or am I outgrowing a version of faith that was never mature? Growth feels uncomfortable. Transformation feels confusing, but that doesn't mean it's failure. If you're listening to this and you feel like your faith is fading, you are not broken. You are not fake. You are human. Real faith is not about never struggling. It's about struggling and staying. So stop pretending. Start being honest. Because the moment you stop performing is the moment your faith becomes real. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who might be silently struggling. And remember, faith isn't about feeling strong. It's about staying